Okay, so thank you once again for joining. We're looking at becoming a money magnet today, and I seem to have cracked something about this, especially comparing my results today with the last 5 years. And so, and some of my lessons are basically what I want to share. So it's very practical, so it's not theory that I'm sharing right now. I've been making money, all right. So, but I'm making money at a much higher level now, and there seems to be some fundamental. And I believe that if everybody have those same keys, it'll help them. Now, it's important for me to also establish here. If you can still hear me, please type one, please, in the chat room. If you can hear me on Zoom, please type one. If you can still hear me, let me just be sure that you can hear me loud and clear. Excellent. All right, so it's important that we all understand that making money is one of the your ability to make money or attract a lot of money is very key in your wealth creation journey. But that's not where it begins from. It actually begins with your mindset. And the foundation for wealth creation is actually your mindset, your thought patterns, the way you think, your belief system, your values, the energy you transmit. Every one of us are an embodiment, all right, of energy, positive or negative. And the kind of energy you transmit, oh, sorry, I just realized now that majority of us on Zoom couldn't view me. All right, so the kind of energy you transmit to a very large extent is what determines what you attract out of life or what you repel. The truth of the matter is there are many detours in your journey in life, and many of it you will not envisage necessarily. Many of those challenges you will encounter are no fault of yours, but how you respond to those circumstances, how you respond to those situations to a very large extent is what will determine your success in life. All right, so whenever you hear of somebody who is very successful, whenever you have encounter with somebody who is driving a big car, who has mega companies and is doing billions and just successful, and everything appear to be doing well in their life, how do you feel about those people? And those are some of the things I'm going to be touching on today. So I hope I will add value. So we have, so making money is critical, but it begins with, so becoming a money magnet basically says that the whole idea and concept behind that is you want to attract a lot of cash. So what I just want to share is steps to attracting a lot of cash, because you really can't manage money you have not yet made. All right, so you need to make money. This is one of the fundamentals in your journey. So even if you know all the investment instruments that can fetch you good returns on investment, even if we talk from now till tomorrow about real estate, about stock market, about starting a business, you need some kind of funding. All right, so essentially what I'm trying to say is that you need to make money. So let's talk about making money, and let's talk about steps to attracting a lot of cash. I have 8 steps here, and I'm not sure I'll be able to conclude everything, which is also why everyone here, if you have ever attended the Financial Freedom Masterclass, I congratulate you. I'm sure you already have a taste. You know this, you know your experience. But if you have never attended the Financial Freedom Masterclass, and then you would love to attend, this is what I recommend that you do. You do so. I recommend that you do all that you can, because what we have just now is just a couple of minutes. And in the Financial Freedom Masterclass, I dwell a lot. It's about 8 to 9 hours of training, fun, networking, and of course, a lot of education. Okay, so let's just dive in quickly because of our time. So steps to attracting a lot of cash. The first one, I will tell you, I mentioned that a bit when I started, and that is that every one of us is an embodiment of energy. Every one of us is an embodiment of energy, which all transmits some kind of energy around us. And what you give back, the kind of energy you transmit. Let me just give you how my day went today, for example, and you would never feel what I felt. You would never, there's no way you will even sense what I felt or what I experienced today. As a matter of fact, I came into this meeting because my car, I had a flat tire, and I was running late for this meeting. Can you imagine that? Now, these are some of the little things, sometimes big things, that can destabilize us emotionally, and as a result, you start to transmit negative energy, and whether you like it or not, it is what you give out there that people will react to. All right, so somebody who does not know what you have been through, or who does not know what you are going through, you react to them harshly, and then they can conclude, they can make a judgment about you, and that can close the door. All right, that can close the door. So one of the things that you must do, so the way I look at these steps to attracting a lot of cash is essentially it's two parts, it's two ways. So there's the unseen part and there's the seen part. So there's what you must become and there's what you must do. So I'll touch on briefly on what you must become. The first one here, to especially condition or recondition the state of your mind, is the word gratitude. Please, if you heard me clearly, please type gratitude in the chat room. Gratitude. Gratitude. It's a powerful force. It's a powerful phenomenon for repositioning your destiny, your life, your entire career, your entire business. Find something to be grateful for. Nothing increases your positive energy like gratitude. Nothing. And I mean nothing. Not the economy of your country, not your government, not your spouse, not children, nothing else, increases your positive energy like gratitude. It's a powerful force that can turn things around for you economically as well. So what will determine whether you are attracting a lot of cash is the type of energy you are actually emitting. All right, so I want to recommend that you take this very seriously. And of course, just as gratitude increases your positive energy, ingratitude also drains your positive energy. So one of the things you must do deliberately from this moment is to consciously, develop what I call a gratitude journal. Find something to be grateful for and write it down. Listen, there are too many things that you have identified that is not working. And if you over-focus on what is not working in your life, gradually that thought precipitates into an emotion, negative emotion for that matter, and that leads to a type of action. And of course, negative action. Negative thoughts will lead to negative emotion. Negative emotion will lead to negative action. And of course, negative action will certainly lead to negative results. And so you want to recondition your heart by developing a gratitude journal. 5 things you are grateful for. Top 5 things you are grateful for. Do you know that even though I had a flat tire tonight, I had some reasons, and you see, you cannot be grateful except you have the right perspective. And I just want to give you the kind of perspective that I used to deal with this issue today. Number 1 was that, thank you, God, that the flat tire happened within my estate. All right, and I said, thank you, Lord, that I am just a stone throw from home. So always look at it from that angle. Whatever it is that you're going through that you're not pleased with could have been worse. The situation could have been worse. So be grateful. Be grateful for your spouse. sorry, please. I want to plead with everyone already in the room. Please mute your phones. Please mute your gadgets. Whatever it is that you're doing right now is distracting the meeting. Please. All right, so gratitude. So this will help you to consciously increase your positive energy. Listen, there's too much negativity in our environment, and there's no better way to catch that fever, because energy is contagious, positive or negative. So there's no way to recondition your heart except by deliberately and consciously, being grateful for something. And this is very, very important. Be grateful that you have life. Be grateful for everything around you. Be grateful for the things that you do not yet have, because when you eventually have it, you'll still eventually be more grateful for it. All right, so that's very, very important. I wish I could dwell a little more on that, but that's not the only thing you need to do. Now, how does gratitude? It's because it conditions your energy. Listen, I shared this story before. There was a gentleman who was of great help to me many years ago when I was in secondary school, many years ago. All right, and when, of course, we all parted ways and moved on in life, and I was really looking for an opportunity. I'm just trying to, enumerate ways by which negative energy can repel progress and repel favor. And some of us may not even realize how by our own self have repelled opportunities, repelled money-making opportunities. So I remembered, moved on, I'd become a millionaire, at this particular time, and I was looking for an opportunity to really reciprocate the goodness, the kindness this person did to me many years ago. And of course, invited him, and then we did quite a number of things together. But I soon went broke. That was the period, I often share that by the time I was 27, I was already a multi-millionaire in Nigerian Naira. But I soon went broke. So by the time I went broke, and there were a lot of crises, one of the challenges that happened to me, which further reinforces this concept, was that anytime he demands for resources or for money, anytime this gentleman demands for money, I somehow unconsciously, not fabricate story, because really it was the reality at the time, physical reality. But the more I talked about what was not working in my life at the time, the more I reinforced those things. And I was saying that basically to justify the reason I couldn't help as much as I would at the time. And so the more I spoke about why I would not be able to take care of his needs and all of those things, the more I reinforced my challenges at the time. Now, that was not enough. It got so bad, I had to tell him, I said, sorry, please, I will need some time alone, so you can go find another job. When I'm balanced, when I settle down, I will call you back again. And so I called this gentleman much later, and of course, listen to me carefully. Every successful person, every great man, every rich and wealthy person I have personal relationship with, and by the grace of God, that I also demonstrate, we are very conscious of the energy within our environment, because that's what ultimately, and I can tell you this for free, ultimately, if I give you all the other steps and I don't tell you about this one, I would have done you a disservice. Do you believe that this gentleman carried so much negative energy? There was never a moment I had a contact with him that he never had the bad news to share. He always had something that was not working. There was always something that was not right. There was always something that was out of place. Now, that's not to say that, okay, you should deny the reality of your challenges. No. But you don't reinforce them. Talking about it, complaining about the situation hasn't changed it anyway. All right? So, now, the truth of the matter is, many of the successful people that we even know, many of them even have worse, they are in deeper crisis than many people think. Yet you will never see it around them. They are always joyful, always excited, Always. That's not because they don't have challenges. No. So I remember this gentleman, so I called him back when we started Life Page, and I was hoping that okay, things may have changed, at least mentally and then from on his own end. Very intelligent gentleman, great man. I respect him, I still do, but I wish he understands exactly the reason why I disconnected from him. How many of us here listening to me right now have been disconnected from lifesavers, helpers, just because of the negativity and the negative energy that we always emit and transmit? If you check, the people you would only attract every time you transmit negativity also carrying the same thing. Anyone you find that is really conscious and is really concerned about their destiny, they won't hang around you. I tell you the truth. So I had to disconnect again from this gentleman. Say, this energy thing. Now, I wasn't conscious of what I was doing then at the time, but I knew that, okay, sorry, I can't really help this guy. The more I attempted, now this is not a case of prayer fasting. No, this is not a case of somebody told me I should help him. No, this was a case of I made attempts, series of attempts to want to help. But every time I'm about to do something, guess what? I lost connection with him for maybe 4 or 5 years. And then at the time, I think that was, for about 4 years or 3 years, thereabout. And I remembered it was in January that particular year, we were about starting our Abuja office. And it just occurred to me that, why don't you get in touch with this gentleman? Maybe circumstances may have changed too. Because it's a trustworthy person, it's a good person, it's not a bad person. Are you getting my point? So you see a lot of good people who don't attract the kind of cash, and you see a lot of bad people who are getting the money. Why does bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad people? All right, so that's another discussion for another day. But the key point is this. That day, I picked my phone and called him immediately. Apparently, he had lost his phone and replaced it, and so did not have my number anymore. So I had to introduce myself. In the moment I did so, there's a way he calls me, and there's a way I call him as well. And then we started talking, and then I said, so how are you doing? He said, my brother, things have even gotten worse. Do you know what happened to me that time? That was 2017 January. That was the last time I spoke with him. Till now, I've not spoken with him because I'm not sure what I'm going to meet again. Now, I'm sharing this with you so that you understand how terrible this is. So please, listen to me carefully. Every human being on planet Earth today has something that is not working in their life. Always remember that. Whether they are having a big house, having children, they have this and that, and it looks as though you don't have the things they claim they have or that they have. There's something in your life that is working for you that is not working in their life. Find that thing and be grateful for it. It reconditions your... See, I understand these things very well. That was the last time. I was in Atlanta a while back, and I remember one of my proteges in over there who had a session with me, and while I was taking her through this same concept, all right, I remember very vividly this woman, woman too, of course, a young lady. She said to me, she said now she understands why so and so person hung up on her. She now understands why this did not happen then. She was now able to connect the dots. She mentioned to me how that there was one of his mentors who she was complaining to about her financial situation. And that's why I always have challenges. When people think, okay, once you relocate, once you find yourself in America or you find yourself in Canada, you start picking dollars in the street. This principle I'm sharing with you will work for you anywhere else, regardless of your geography. And so she said, she now realized that she thought it was a network problem when the man hung up on her. So when she redialed the number, the man picked the phone, and then she continued ranting and lamenting about her situation. And then the man hung up the second time. Then it got to her that no, this is not network problem. This man hung up on me. And so she redialed again. And guess what? He said, sir, you hung up on me. He said, yes. He said, I have made deliberate effort to insulate myself against negative energy. Listen to me carefully. There's a law called the law of attraction. That law states that the happenings around you is directly proportional to your dominant thoughts. So your outside world is actually a mirror of what is going on in your inside world. What is happening around you is a pointer to what is happening inside you. I don't need to talk too much. I don't need to consult Holy Spirit like some of us who are Christian. I don't need to consult any crystal ball. I don't need to check anything. Once I see the happenings around you, I can decode what's going on inside you. So, to change what is going on around me, the first point of call is to go inside and query my thoughts. You know, oh Jesus, I just wish I could talk a little more about this, but we don't really have much time. Please, if you do not know this, I want to be a coach for you. I would love to be of service to you. For those of you who are not yet members of our tribe, every month I take the time to take us through some of these things. Please do all you can. If you borrow money to attend the next Financial Freedom Masterclass taking place 29th of May this year, 29th of May, the last Saturday of this month, I guarantee you are not going to regret whatsoever. Now, there are people who have sat with me and gotten some of these things for free, but still do not profit them. If you have ever heard me, I've also been a beneficiary. I know what I'm talking about, of some of the lessons I'm learning, and I've shared it with as many people. And I'm not just a theoretician. By the grace of God, I'm a practitioner of the things I'm sharing here. Please be grateful. Find something to be grateful for. A man said, I was crying, I was wailing because I had Sam Orija on Zoom said we have time, sir. We don't have so much time. Okay, so I'll get into it shortly. We have the time. We have more time in the Financial Freedom Masterclass. So I encourage you, go on my a link will be dropped here. So Emmanuel, Arika, you can drop the link for people to register for the Financial Freedom Masterclass. And let me quickly say this. For those of you who want to be a part of this class, the beautiful thing about the Masterclass is the fact that the early bird ended yesterday. Early bird is 29,000. So somebody say, why? And all of those things, forget it. I pay tens of thousands of dollars every year for consulting, for coaching, and executive coaching. So I'm not getting anything cheap, all right? And so whatever it is I'm going to be giving in this class is actually like a free bundle. And you know the beautiful thing about the class, now it may look as though, is this all that you want to share with me? No, I'm still going to give you one or two more points. I mentioned that earlier on. There is no way we can conclude everything I've got here tonight. But listen to this carefully. If you make a commitment today, even if it is just 10,000 naira you have, deposit. Please take note. We are not doing anything less than 29,000. It's not going to work. Even if it's a deposit of 10,000 naira and then you balance up on or before that date, all right, you will have it at 29,000 only for today. Please, personally, I don't like when people begin to embarrass me with calls and all of those things. Please, if you only pay 10,000 naira, now listen, that's just a deposit. It's 29,000 early bird. The early bird ended yesterday. I'm only using my own good office to influence this, and it's only for today. I've added a lot more to the curriculum. So even members of the tribe who have had occasions to attend the class now and again can take the chance and take the opportunity as well. All right. So gratitude will do you a lot of favor. Will do you a lot of good. Lukman Olayinka and then Osas, you raise your hands, your digital hands. I hope all is well. I hope it's not just a mistake. So please, if it's a mistake, let me know. If it is not a mistake, please type in the chat room so that I can get back to you. So gratitude will help to recondition your heart. It directs your thinking, your thoughts to what is working in your life, and your thoughts, positive thoughts, eventually precipitates into positive emotions. The positive emotions eventually lead to positive actions, and the positive actions give you positive results. So I call it TEAR. It's part of the framework I deal with at the Financial Freedom Masterclass. So be grateful. Find something to be grateful for. No matter how terrible your situation is, there's something that's working for you that's not working in the life of other people. Find that thing. Find it. Develop a gratitude journal and focus on those things. You'll be surprised what will be happening to you. You will always be excited. All right? And then that excitement, that energy will go to your environment, and then it will bring back some kind of result. Okay. Number 2 I will share here is think abundance. I cannot belabor this. You see, as I'm seated here right now in my study, I'm in my home office. Okay? And one thing I can tell you for free is that right in my study here, I have my vision board to my right, and I have a particular figure, on a sticky note placed on my calendar here on the table calendar. So every day I see these things. Every day I see it. And listen to me carefully. It helps me. You see, every time you think about what you want to achieve, one of the things that it does for you is that it helps you to constantly recognize opportunities, platforms, products, people, places that can facilitate the realization or actualization of those things. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't see those things because there's nothing that we call, it was Napoleon Hill that calls it auto-suggestions. All right, so you need things that will be suggesting to you exactly, and your mind cannot distinguish between reality and fiction. So whatever you feed your mind with is what it will be recognizing all around, and it will be recognizing it, and it will look as though, so you can be the architect of your own success. That's the essence. Now listen to this carefully. It is impossible, and I mean impossible, to attract any measure of abundance with scarcity mentality. It is impossible. You can't possess a scarcity mentality and attract abundance. It's impossible. So what should you do? Envision the kind of money that you need, that you desire to have. By the end of this year, how much? Find a sticky note. Put the figure there. Place it somewhere. Listen. You will start, see. Oh my God. Today is 1st of May. The first 4 months of this year have been phenomenal. When I say phenomenal. There are steps that if anybody told me in the beginning of the year that I would take, I would not believe. And there are steps I'm about taking now. It is because of these things you have put that is suggesting ideas, concepts to you that you have placed all around you. It's time to declutter your tables. It's time to declutter your boards, your environment, and put the things that will give you an idea of what you really want to achieve. Yes, the early bird is available only for tonight, and the only tonight that I'm giving is 2K. So if you can pay up 29,000 today, congratulations. If you can at least make a 10,000 naira deposit and complete your payment, your balance on or before that day, congratulations. So please, I think Lovett, you should be here. Please help me drop the details, the link, the registration link, and then the account details there, so that everybody can take advantage of it. So think abundance. Think abundance. Think abundance. All right. So envision the kind of money you want to see. You want to envision the kind of money you want to earn. That will go a very, very long way. Now, the other thing I want to give as a suggestion, as a tip, is who is currently in possession of what you are looking to attain. Who has already achieved what you want to achieve. Find their picture. Now, this is a principle, and you don't want to lose it. Think good about those people. Think good about the people who already have attained what you want to attain. Pray for them. Listen to me carefully. Some of these things look very impractical. But if you look critically into your life, see, if you cannot be genuinely grateful for the progress of some other person who has attained what you hope to attain someday, you will never have it. You can never attract what you despise in the lives of other people. If every time you see that your classmates, your old classmates, your friends, the people who you probably are even older than, or probably more intelligent than, are making progress, and from somewhere in your heart you envy them, you are jealous, or you just hate them for no reason, or you are just antagonistic for no reason, listen to me carefully, you will never be able to attract whatever it is you've attracted. It's a law. Think abundance. But one of the things that will facilitate is, number one, get a sticky note, put the money there. It can be a digital thing. You can make it your wallpaper. You can put it somewhere that you will see regularly. All right. For me, it's on my study. I must sit down here every day. I sit down on this table on this chair every day. So I come here. I see my vision board. I wish I could show you my vision board. One of these days, probably I'll come and teach on vision board. Maybe one of these days, I'll look at that for the members of the tribe. So pray for them. Think good about them. Cut a picture of them and place it where you will see it regularly for it to burn into your heart. Listen, I have pictures of people who are billionaires in dollars. I have it on my vision board here. I know what I'm talking to you about. I'm not kidding at all. Now, let me say this. This is another very important tip. I just wish I could share a lot more. Listen, if you are in any situation, any undesirable situation right now, and listen to me carefully. As human beings, we have ability to step out of ourselves and view ourselves from the perspective of an outsider. That is the work of God, in creating us. So now, if you are in any undesirable situation right now, listen to me carefully. Step out of that situation. All right? Step out of that situation and begin to view that situation from the perspective of an outsider. Now, don't be trapped in the challenge you are going through. All right? Don't be overwhelmed by the challenges you are going through. Step out of that challenge. You see, one of the things that will do to you is that it will give you new perspectives. New perspectives. My time is really running faster than I expected. Let me give you one or two more. Oh, Jesus Christ. I wish I could. I'm looking for the one I should give. Which one should I not give? Okay, let me just pick one from the other parts. I told you that there's the unseen part, there's the unseen steps you need to take, and there's also the sin steps you need to take. But you see, the unseen part is the one that controls the sin part, and that's why I'm very big on that, because it controls every behavior, every action you take after now. Now listen to this carefully. You want to be a money magnet, right? Do this. Sell what people can't do without. I'll repeat that again. Sell what people can't do without. Whether you're the producer or someone else, sell what people really can't do without. What does that communicate? Everybody must bring something to the market. Everybody must be selling something. The hack to making a lot of money is to ensure, the hack to becoming wealthy and rich is to ensure that people are paying you more than you are paying them. The hack to ensuring that you become rich and wealthy is that you must ensure that people are paying you more than you're paying them. In other words, you must be offering greater value than your level of consumption. You must be producing more than you are consuming. And guess what? You don't have to be the one that manufactured the product or service. It can be someone else's product. It can be someone else's service, as long as it is what people really can't do without. And that brings me to this. That's one of the reasons why I focused on shelter. In 2012, before 2012 actually, one of the feasibility studies I carried out was to find out, okay, if we're going to go into real estate as we planned to at the time, what area, because there are different kinds of real estate that you could play in. You could go into mixed-use development, you could be in industrial real estate, you could go into commercial real estate, you could go into residential development. And so I thought about this, and part of my research showed clearly that sometime later in the future, technology was going to take this the front burner, and businesses at that point in time will not require brick and mortar to continue to run. And so a lot of businesses will be operating from home. Today, we see that happen, and 2020 gave us a glimpse into what that future will look like, because literally everybody was stuck at home and we had to improvise. We had to leverage technology to continue to reach out. Now, nobody was able to sleep on their website, but their business was able to run on website. Many people could not stay without the Instagram. They had to be online. So I realized that if I were to go into real estate at all, I should focus more on residential development. And that's why our objective and focus everything about us. We're not even building houses, we are building homes, because our focus is on families. I realized that no matter what, everybody requires a roof over their head. Now listen to this carefully. Whether you have the means to go into real estate yourself by way of development, because again, you can be a regulator in the industry, you can be an investor in the industry, you can be a developer in the industry, and of course you can be a broker in the industry. Listen to this carefully. If you are a broker, if you be an investor, you need money. If you need to be a developer, you need heavy duty money. And I'm telling you, you need a couple of tens or hundreds of millions, depending on where you want to start, in the value chain which you want to play. If you want to be a regulator, of course, you need some degree of authority and backing, and of course that also comes with some degree of funding. All right, but to be a broker is the easiest way to play in the real estate. Now, because it is something everybody requires and cannot do without, that means you can render a lot of service. You can sell what people really can't do without. And there are different markets. All right, so if you would love to play as a broker or an investor, then I can help you. I can really help you to start making money up almost immediately, right? So the best thing I can recommend you do is please register for the Financial Freedom Masterclass. I'm passionate about seeing people create wealth. I hate seeing people poor. Nothing else, drives me other than I remember many years ago, I came to the discovery that many destinies were connected to mine. Right? And if I fail in that responsibility, many other destinies will be suspended. This is what has engendered my commitment to what I do today. I'm not driven by the grace of God. I'm a billionaire, not by story, not by gram. And I'm not saying this to intimidate anyone. The journey also began some years ago, so it can also begin for anybody else. And please, anybody who knows me know that this guy is not boasting here. Please, I plead with you. It's not. What's 29,000? That can solve anything. That can handle anything for me. All right. So I know. I know that this would be of great help to you and to anyone. And now listen to me carefully. If you are married, this is a class you need to attend. Both of you, husband and wife. You don't want to have an information that your wife does not possess. And as a wife, you don't also want to have that information and your husband does not have that same information. It will help your family economy significantly. So I want to encourage, do the very best you can do. To register, just call the number 0708 797 0441. 0708 797 0441. 0708 797 0441. Sell what people can't do without, and you will attract a lot of money. Money is a reward you get for solving problems for people. So the more problems you're solving for people, the more money flows to you. The more money, the more problems you're solving for people, the more money. And like I always say, people, you are remembered for two things. You are either remembered for the problem you solve or for the problem you create. You decide one. And of course, if you create problems, there are people who get paid for creating problems. I hope you know that the electricity power issues in Nigeria is a problem created by some people. As long as the power problem continues, some people are making a hell of money from it. So those who are creating the problem have been paid by some people. So there are people who are making money. You'll be surprised. Dubai, United Arab Emirates, is just in the middle of the Middle East. It's in the Middle East. And it's at the center of chaos. Syria on one end, Iraq on another end. They're not far apart from each other. But the peace and tranquility, this level of security you find in Dubai, you can't find in other nations within that same region. So it's a conspiracy, whether you like it or not. Some people understand what is going on. Some people need to sell ammunition. So if there's no war, why would they be able to sell? Okay, so you are remembered for two things, and both creates money. That's why I just cited that particular example. I wish I could go on and on. If you really need help, and you need to make a change financially, this is a class you can't afford to miss. I will take you by the hand. The beautiful thing is that we apart from the fact that you attend a class, you also get all my books. All right. And by the way, let me announce upfront, during my birthday, I'll be launching my book titled Financial Freedom Master Guide. It's an amazing book, phenomenal book. You really don't. I've read the book and I'm wondering, I may write this book. I'm telling you, it's heavy. It's going to be on Amazon, it's going to be on all the major international platforms, and it's really going global. All right, so you really don't want to miss this. When you attend the class, I'm going to show you my 7 revenue models. You are going to be inducted into the member of the tribe of wealthy origin. That's a tribe, and the objective of the tribe is basically to move people from wherever they are financially to becoming financially free. The objective is that you become financially free. You as a person, your family, and of course your organization or business become financially free. That's the objective. And a lot will be shared. And of course, when you join the tribe, we created a new community. So that's a community. Apart from that community, there's also mini community within it, just to engender networking and then knowledge sharing and a number of other activities that are being put in place. You really don't want to miss this. I encourage you to do all you can to be a part of this. I have just 10 more minutes left, and I don't want to break my promise. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. For those of you who would really love to be an investor, you want to be a broker, this is a class you can attend. If you don't, you can still reach out to that number, and then I can schedule a time for you and I to connect, and it will be a great time for all of us. All right, so thank you very much. All of you on Instagram, thank you so much for joining in. I deeply appreciate this moment. You get the full gist in the Financial Freedom Masterclass. Don't miss it for anything. It's going to be online and it's going to be on site. So the on site, there's going to be a buffet breakfast, buffet dinner, and all of that. And of course, every week I provide motivation and inspiration every week. This is what I do every Monday. So once you become so there's a lot that is coming with this. So it's not the money. It's just a way to sift the people that are coming. It's not for everybody, because I learned this from one of my mentors. He said, when people pay, they pay attention. When people pay, they pay attention. All right, yeah. There's one of my mentees that is also in this class right now, who said that he had registered for a particular class taking place this coming week, and he just recently realized how many that he had another conflicting, event, and he had to bench it because you know why he did so. He realized he paid almost $500,000 for that program. He paid almost $500,000 naira, and I asked him a question. I said, if you had not paid, would you not find a good excuse for not attending the program? So listen to this carefully. Take the time. This is an investment. This is one of the things I've done myself. I'm in my study right now. The greatest asset I have in my life is my it's my library, it's my books, all right? And I've chain of network of people who have impacted me, and I've also been a blessing to as well. And I'm sure that those are some of the benefits that will also extend to you or when you join the Financial Freedom Masterclass. I want to thank you all for listening and attention. We have 8 more minutes to go. I want to take questions. If there are no questions, all you just need to do is so go on that link in the chat room. Please, I will need someone to also go on my Instagram and drop. Okay, on my Instagram, you can just go on my bio and click on register for Financial Freedom Masterclass, and then just follow the entire process, and you can complete the payment. The account details is there on Zoom. On Instagram, I beg your pardon. So Oladipupo Clement International, Access Bank PLC. The Naira account is 138909530. 138909530. And you'll be glad you did. I guarantee you on this. Where can we rewatch this Zoom can call, please? I greet you, sir. Okay, we will drop it for the Tribe of Wealthy Origin only. Tribe of Wealthy Origin. Of course, you can watch the replay. I'm going to leave the recorded version on Instagram, so you can watch the replay on Instagram after now. All right. So thank you very much. I have 7 more minutes. The venue for the physical seminar is it's a masterclass. It's taking place in Sheraton. Any of you who attended the online version, you don't know what you miss. The live one, there's a lot of, so we have limited space. So if you want to register, please do so as quickly as possible. Okay, so Emmanuel, somebody saying that the link is not opening. I suspect it must be your network. Your network. Oh, my brother from Sweden, good to have you here. Thank you for joining on Instagram. Appreciate you. Okay, so any other question? Yeah, wherever you are, anywhere in the world, you can also connect. We have the online version, but the price is the same thing. From tomorrow, the price goes back to 49,000 Naira, please. From tomorrow, the price goes back to 49,000 Naira. Please do what is the right thing, please, so that we will not. I wrote for one mentorship class, and all I do is 1 hour every 2 months. I paid $1 million to just have encounter. I learned something today. I need to quickly drop. Nobody's asking me any question. Okay, so okay, so you can follow me on Instagram at Oladipupo Clement. You can also follow me on Twitter at Oladipupo Clement. On Facebook, Oladipupo Clement. On LinkedIn, I'm also there. So check me out on all those platforms, and you'll be glad you did. You can send me a DM as well. Of course, you can send me a DM on Instagram, and then we will respond to you for anything. By 11:59 p.m. today, the early bird will close. So please, no private chatting of please. Once from tomorrow, it's now 49,000. The truth is that even if I want to train 1,000 people, by the grace of God, I can afford it free of charge. But I'm not going to do that. That's why not everybody is rich. I've made mistakes. I've lost money. I've done crazy things. I've done stupid things, and I've learned from them. Rather than count my losses, I count my lessons, and that's what I'm doing, basically. Okay. The offline is 29,000 Naira. Online is the same price. Online and on-site is the same price. It's not different. So, thank you so much, Mr. Lajide Oluwagbero. Thank you for joining. All right. So, I have 4 more minutes, and I need to check out. Okay. So, thank you very much.